How you doing, people? And I am Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star, host of STO, the Smokers Lounge. And I'm here to give you something to smoke over. I'm talking about Spotify for podcasters. That's right. Spotify now has it to where you can start your podcasting career. We're talking about video podcasting, and you can make money by monetizing your podcast, whether it's through donations or even setting up a subscriber side of your podcast. So go to Spotify, sign up, and start podcasting like me and make money. Take your hobby and go ahead and make it your career. Smoke this over.
Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. Do what you can, catch me up to speed. Do you smoke some street knowledge with me? If you not, fuck with me, you a dummy. 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 Yo, name is Kavanaugh, don't you forget it, bro. I call you niggas out, yeah, I call you hoes. Baddest MC in the game. Y'all gonna know the name. Y'all gonna remember the name. I'm gonna tear that ass out the frame. It's a fucking shame. You boys can't even back the day. What, man? Y'all names ain't even got no game. I'm straight from the south, knock a nigga out. Without. Turn the party out. Slap nigga, I'm out. Have she put you out. Go and make a shout. For the shit you a dummy. Y'all niggas think you fuck with me. It ain't even sunny. Looking for you girls that got that good and cutty. Just good with it. Gonna fuck a dummy. Gonna leave it coming. Gonna fill in the tummy. Gonna leave it running. Taste the pussy just like honey. Cause you a dummy. What you want, tell me what you need. Do what you can, catch me up to speed. Do you smoke some street knowledge with me? If you not, fuck with me, you a dummy. 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 Dummy.
What's going on, bro?
What's good, man? What's good? What's good?
Nah, I was using a different phone, right? And for some apparent reason, it kept, doing some stupid shit. So, so it was kind of like, and this phone, I don't have any headphones for it because the other headphones, the life of podcaster, man. So how you doing tonight? Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. You came back in. All right. So how you doing tonight, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be back on the show.
Yes, it's been a minute since you have been back on the show.
Yeah. I've been busy working, trying to build this brand, man.
No doubt. Now I got to ask you because I heard this. I just had to ask. You're from England, right? Like from across the pond?
Yeah. I was.
Hello?
I mean, I realize I just can't let my phone sleep, otherwise it cuts
Yeah.
out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you went out for a minute. See, people, we working it out. It's through Anchor.
All right.
We're working it out. We do shit live. Well, it's not live, it's pre-recorded, but either way,
Yeah, now I'm gonna just keep my phone from falling asleep on me. But yeah, I was originally born in London, grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
No doubt. So when did you move over? Here?
I left when I was 2. So basically, my mom just gave birth to me there, and we got up out of there.
Word. That's it. Yeah, I was like, they said, yeah, he from across the pond. I was saying, oh, he's from England. Sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, he don't sound like he from me, or he really acclimated.
Yeah, not too many people know that. I'm saying like you got to go kind of way back with me to know that. But it's cool though. I've never been back. That's something I plan on doing. But it's not on the agenda now though.
Yeah. Oh no, I hope to go over there one day myself, man. I just love the way it just looked, just the buildings and all that shit. Plus, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so there's a couple of wrestling things over there I get to watch when I go over there, man.
I mean, apparently they got a real big adult community over there as well too. So hopefully, if we ever make it over there, we can incorporate that.
Dog. I mean, it's crazy when you look at their stuff. It's kind of like it's different. It's literally different from American shit. Similar, but not the same. You know what I'm saying? To like how they shoot, like their ideas for scenes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I never really watched European adult content, so I won't be the person to speak on it, honestly.
Sure, no, I feel you on that. Shoot, because I used to watch some of that shit, but it ain't about their content. It's about your content. And with that being said, hello, welcome to the Smokers Lounge, people. Here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcasting career. All you gotta do is download the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm and go ahead and get yourself a profile. I'm your host, Calon Summer Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Also, let me tell you about 4 wonderful sponsors we got. I'm gonna make it real quick. lsworld.com. Next up, excitebunny.com. After that, ViceSizzleMagazine.com. And last but not least, blusharaka.com. Yeah, go over there and check out their Beaver, their virtual reality side of things. Also, 5 days a week, you can find on FullySWATRadio.com. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Y'all know what it is. Go shop from some Black-owned businesses, over 500 of them. You feel me? Retailers and shops. Also, check me out on SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com as well as the BGPLC app. Now, I'm here with my man. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. And I'm here with the guy that is known, coming in New York legend, a cinematographer with a style that is unique in every which way. And ladies, he got toys for fucking days for your ass to play with. His name is Shoot Her. Say hello to the listeners.
Hey, shout out to the people listening in the lounge. OG, Bobby, let me just give you your props from now. Last time, it's been a minute since I've been on the show.
Yeah.
You didn't have that many sponsors last time I was on the show, so I know you're doing your thing. Congratulations, my bro.
Thank you, my brother. Shoot, it's been a journey, god dang it.
Yes,
Yeah, can it even feel weird for me to do audio, and I've been doing video so damn much. So yeah.
I saw the transition, but like the fans, I'm not much to look at, so the fans is gonna have to listen to this one. And when we get the ladies back on, we go back to the video.
I thought you were gonna have come on and have on one of your masks. That shit would be hot though.
All right, you know what? I got you for the next show that we do.
Yeah, because I mean, you can still hide your identity. Just have this funky ass mask. That is the first. God. Okay, y'all had to go back many episodes to see his interview and the mask that he had. I think it was like
the gas mask. I had the gas mask.
It was fire, and he had a whole bunch of fucking toys lined up or what have you, because of course ladies do solos. So, and I'm gonna ask you this, man. Do you still amaze females when you pull out the toys now?
All right, you got to repeat that for me.
Sorry. I said, do you still amaze ladies when you pull out the toys?
Oh yeah, definitely, because the collection is ever growing. I have people that send me stuff like on a weekly basis, so I'm constantly seeing Amazon dropping
Mm.
off deliveries. So yes, females are definitely always amazed by the size of my collection. Um, so if ladies are working with me and you in the city and you don't have enough toys, usually I could supply a couple of those
Mm-hmm.
because I have a lot to give away.
Yeah, from the last picture I saw, and probably what you might add it to your arsenal. Yeah, most definitely. So, it's been a minute since, like I said, we had talked or what have you. And I see you've been shooting, working with people, what have you. And how has the New York scene been content wise and talent wise? Um, Especially going into this new year.
Uh, since the last time we spoke, I was just getting started out in this journey at that time, so my connections in New York wasn't what it should have been at that point in time. Speaking of it today, fast forward to today, the New York scene is a lot better. And I would say that's based on my connections growing and working with different people. So the New York scene, based from the last time we spoke till now, it's definitely been moving for me at least.
Mhm.
I work with a lot of out of towners too. So I work with a lot of girls that are coming into New York City. So regardless of how the New York scene is looking, I'll always be working.
Mhm. I mean, shit, that's part of the New York scene because I mean, one, people always looking for a camera person, a cameraman, to film their shit or what have you, whether it's paid or whether it's content. And I'm gonna ask you this because see, like I said, it's been a minute, bro. We about to chop it up, see, because we talking cameraman to cameraman because I've been behind the camera myself. So I'm gonna ask you this: which female talent you feel know how to work the camera the best that you have shot? Now we ain't talking about she get the best head, she can fuck the best. No. We on some cameraman shit here on the lounge today.
Okay,
Which one you
you're
so what?
speaking about being able to shoot, being able to handle a camera.
No. Work a camera isn't be in front of the camera, work the camera. You filming her and
Okay.
she knows
Whoa,
how to
whoa,
shoot the camera.
whoa,
You get what I'm saying?
whoa, Bobby. That's a real loaded question. You trying to get me cursed out tomorrow, but
Oh
let me think about that for a minute. I have shot a lot of females, so I actually have to think about that.
Mhm. Okay
Uh,
then. Not not even one. No, don't give me one. Give me a couple. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like the one thing is cameraman is, and you can attest to that. Working with a lady where it's like you ain't got to say nothing. She knows what she knows what to do. She know how to hit what to hit. You feel what I'm coming from?
okay.
You know, period. And
Oh,
speaking as a cameraman, speak to females learning how to work a camera and be so good at it, they can be shot by any camera person.
okay. One person does come to mind off the top of my head, based on her just knowing what she wants, the look that she wants. I would say that Gracie Squirts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she definitely, when I shot her a couple times in New York. She knew the look she wanted, the angle she wanted. So,
Mm-hmm.
usually I may give direction while I'm shooting.
Mm-hmm.
With Gracie, I definitely did not have to do that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So off of the top of my head, that's one person that I could remember definitely knew
Mm-hmm.
what she wanted coming into the shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even to the point when it's like it's certain. females as a cameraman that you're excited when they come into town because you know what is going to be created. You feel what I'm saying? With your eye and what they're doing. Because, and you can speak to this too, not a lot of camera people have an eye. There's people that can shoot video, but it's a special skill to shoot porn. You feel what I'm saying?
Totally agree. I totally agree. It's not just point and shoot. And that will only be translated in the final product. There's really no way to disguise that. So when you watch the final scene that's produced, you'll be able to figure out if that person knows what they're doing or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even from when I was behind the camera, like, it's gonna sound funny as fuck, and only real people know why I say this. One of the best ladies I ever shot was Pink Candy. It was like, even at the time, it was early in her career. She knew how to move and work with the camera and play to the camera and do certain things. Now, there are many ladies in the game now that do that. You feel what I'm saying? But it was like just, me holding the camera, filming her. Because sometimes it's just like as a photographer. You have models that they know how to pose, and you ain't even got to say nothing. They hit it, and you get where I'm coming from.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely do. Shout out to Pink Candy too. That's one of the first models that I shot when I started.
So yeah, she was a beast back then. She's truly a legend. Straight up. But then what I'm saying, it's kind of like, it's certain. Now, other ladies I can't really name because y'all probably ain't gonna know who the fuck they are. Well, Selena Sky. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went and looked back at the shoot, and with my man, my cameraman worked it. It was just, you could see it. He captured everything that needs to be. So it's like with your camera work, do you? Okay, then it's like this. This is why I know I would come at this one. Do you prefer to move around or be stationary?
Definitely move around. Stationary to me gets boring after a while. So you want to feel like, you have to remember, the person watching the scene is fantasizing about it. They want to feel like they're in the scene. So being in the stationary position, it doesn't give that desired effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Because I wanted my cameraman to walk around. It might sound funny. I know people are like, well, why would you want? No, because you're getting different angles and you're not boring them by the way you're moving. See, that's why people don't realize why moving around camera is very important in porn, because he can move up and, here's the other part. You don't use the zoom. You walk up.
Yes.
Preach. Teach him something, Mike. Teach him, sir.
You have to master the art of movement in shooting porn. Cameramen that prefer to use a gimbal to make their movement smoother, and then you have some cameramen that actually master the art of moving with a camera that they don't need to use a gimbal. I'll show up on the set with both. I'll have a gimbal in case I have enough space to do certain things. But most times I'm shooting in a hotel room. It's a tight setting, so you don't necessarily want to use the gimbal to constrict you. So I prefer not to use it.
Right. Now, actually, explain that camera to to my listeners real quick. The gimbal.
Okay, the gimbal is actually not a camera; it's a robotic arm that you would attach your camera to. that
Okay.
basically it makes your movement smoother. There won't be shakiness. There won't be shakiness in your shots. But primarily, a gimbal would be for action shots, so it's not necessarily needed for a scene shooting porn per se.
Yeah, because it's kind of like I used to sit there and if I wanted to get the over the top real good, I would sit there while holding the camera, pull the chair, take my shoes off, the camera not even shaking, and stand up to get the over the top that I want, or the doggy style, or the missionary, period. It's like, how much does having an eye for it plays in our business? An eye, you know what I'm saying? Just, oh yeah, this it right here. Yeah. Or even to the point, do you measure your thoughts when you're working the camera?
Yes, constantly. That's why I get a lot of questions from people asking me if while I'm shooting, do I get turned on or am I excited while I'm shooting the scene? And the answer is always no, because I'm looking for the shot. I'm looking for the angle while I'm shooting. I'm concentrating on making the performance look their best. So watching them actually having the act of sex is the least thing on my mind.
People don't realize sometimes you the cameraman, you the lighting also. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You sitting there, you holding the camera, you got to take that offhand and grab the light to move a little closer to get it a little more brighter for the spot that you want to get. People don't realize the shit you got to do with the cameraman, yo.
Well, I particularly don't have that problem because
I'm old school.
Yeah, see, I work with studio lights. So in addition to the on-camera light, I have the studio lights. So
I never use the on-camera light though. That's the crazy part. I always use the studio light. So whenever, like, that's what I used to do. Like, if I wanted, let's say if it's the doggy style, right? And you want to see the dick going in the pussy, okay? If the dude is standing, it's gonna be some shadow there. So you're trying to kill as much shadow so they can really see it.
That's the importance of having the on-camera light.
Yeah, but see, I ain't never want to use it because I didn't want the lighting to be somewhat different. You get what I'm coming from? Because it's kind of like with an on-camera light, it's more like a spotlight. I wanted more of a natural light. You feel me? So that's why I took the light and grabbed it and pulled it forward. Even though yes, it's a studio light, the umbrella light, I pulled it forward just enough to give me that light to where it gave me the natural light but illuminated the position.
I understand you basically was working with what you had at that point in time.
Bingo. Yeah. I mean, even though I had now the lights that y'all probably got now on the camera are way better. You feel me? Compared to what the fuck I was dealing with.
Yeah.
Because we working with the big Canon. I can't think of the number of it. So it was kind of like, yeah. See, people don't even understand it, but if people don't even understand the type cameras, stabilizers, do you use the stabilizer? The one like I know they probably got a new one, but the one we had was like a big ring.
Oh, you're talking about the Panhandle.
Yeah.
I have two of those. I use it sparingly. I always pack the equipment, so if I need it, I have it there. My camera that I use has a handle, a built-in handle on it already, so I don't necessarily need a stabilizer. But I have them. I basically collect equipment. I've been doing videography before shooting adult content, so I have equipment just laying around that I don't use. If anybody's listening to this and they actually want to buy some equipment, they could contact me as well.
So it's explain to people how also when it comes to equipment and also keeping with the technology, how important it is to research that and to pay attention to it. because a lot of times they might get comfortable with a certain camera. You feel what I'm coming from? But they might need to upgrade or what have you. Speak to that.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect scenario. The Sony A7. A lot of videographers use that camera.
Mhm.
And initially, the problem with the original A7s was it will record for 30 minutes, and then cut off. The battery would overheat. And Sony consistently upgraded the A7 to the point now where you have continuous A7s, where it just record continuously. You don't have the battery problem. So you have to constantly, you may buy a camera, you got to treat it almost like how people treat iPhones, that they update their iPhones every year or every 2 years. You got to treat your equipment like that because it's constantly moving. The technology is constantly being upgraded.
Now, like I said, I have a film videographer here. And like I said, we talking on technical joint. Now, this is the question of the day, right here. You know what I'm saying? We've all done from this episode, but explain to why a camera is better than a cell phone. See, I made him snicker when I said that, right?
Yeah. See, because I don't want to necessarily knock the content creators that haven't made it theirs yet and they're using their cell phones. The ones that I get disappointed with is the ones who have already worked with productions and they, they still fall back to the camera stuff, the cell phone stuff. But you got to use what you can use in the moment, but just know that it's going to keep you in that box. As far as the camera phone stuff, it's I'm not an advocate of it. But again, you can't knock people for using what they have. The technology is to be used. So if they choose to use it, so be it. Just know that the quality of your product is not going to match the quality of people who took the time to actually invest in production.
Yeah, because I mean, just as simple as a camera has a bigger lens, capture more. Because to me, it like this. Even though you have content creators that use their phone, and I get you do what you got to do. You feel me? I mean, I came from an era where we didn't use cell phone, filming with your cell phone was not yet. There was cameras, you could film with it, but it wasn't popularized. You feel what I'm coming from? So we had to go get a camera that takes pictures, does video, certain amount of megapixels, twerk with that. You know what I'm saying? That is on the low end of shit. You feel me? So it was, and before that, the Handycam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling my age. But it's kind of like, to me, if you want to make money, you have to upgrade.
Definitely. It's not even, I like to say invest. Just invest in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, if from listening to the podcast, if people listen to the podcast, they tell you, it's a different look when they walk in to see studio lights with a fucking professional camera versus they see you with a ring light and a cell phone.
Oh, definitely. I have some females. I have some females that I work with that they would not work with a content creator if that's their equipment. So you have some guys out there, they want to do content and stuff like that, and they're contacting models, but their setup is their phone and 2 ring lights. And you have some models that are absolutely not going to work with you if that's your setup.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact.
Yeah, because it's about being professional. And if they consider themselves professional, they're gonna want to work with other professionals. You know. So it's kind of like this. Being a cameraman, because like I said, you're not talent. You feel where I'm coming from? So with you, the way that you may get content is different than that of a producer, director, or camera person, per se, what have you. Like with me, I had the luxury of having a cameraman. So I'm pretty sure you have a couple mail times that come directly to you for their content, period. So it's kind of like speak to how a cameraman collects his content through Content Trade.
Okay, well, in my situation, I do freelance videography. So I shoot stuff. You look at my timeline on Twitter, you would see models that contact me, both male and females. They contact me. They book me for their shoot. So the content that you actually see me post on Twitter, if you look at the links will be directly to the models. So that's not content that I'm selling. I'm actually supporting the people that actually book me for these shoots. Mm-hmm. I also do shoots that you won't see on my timeline because I'm being booked by companies to basically show up and just shoot for them. So I'm leaving that scene with no content because I'm using their equipment. I'm just showing up as a cameraman and shooting. So it's a lot of different things that I do that people aren't aware of because I don't speak about it. Mm-hmm. A lot of connections that I've made since the last time we spoke as far as companies and speaking directly with owners of companies and stuff like that I don't speak about on Twitter, so people will never know.
Mm-hmm. So it's like this. To me, how much it seemed like you the people that when they touch New York, they hit up. Because it's like when I looked on your timeline, it's like, bro, you got a hit list.
that was always my plan. I think we spoke about that the last time I was on the show, and I manifested that since the last time we spoke. Models fly into the city from Vegas, Florida, California, and they would contact me and let me know they need some work done. So yes, it has been an influx of talent that I've been working with that have been coming to the city. That's definitely been happening.
So, because you a cameraman that does paid gigs as well as content to where you get content, correct?
Yes, I have some situations where I have done content trade, and I work in such a way where I can show up and we can shoot 2 scenes, and I'll have one and you would have one, and we can leave that situation like that. So I do have scenes in the tuck, that'll be released in time.
Yeah, okay. It seemed like you trying to be nominated for an AVN for cinematography or something out of this motherfucker.
Big bro, to be honest with you, I never once thought about it. I don't even really like the convention vibe, because once again, I'm somebody who I'm behind the camera. I don't show my face. If I walk over a convention floor, only the people that know me, that work directly with me, would know me, unless I got on a shirt that advertised who I am. So I've never been one to go to conventions and stuff like that. So I've never thought about winning awards or anything like that. I just work, bro.
I feel you. Cause now the reason why I said that is because it seems that beyond the money, it's that you want to be known as a top-notch camera man. You feel what I'm coming from? From the way that you're moving, and the whole night. So it's not necessarily that your can I say ambition is on the money side of it. It's more of that being known, respected. If you hear the name, you know your shit is no matter on any level. You feel what I'm coming from? Any type camera, your shit is going to be the hottest shit that has ever been shot.
That's just the hustler in me. That just come from just trying to have the best work on the block.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, if I'm shooting something for somebody, I want it to look top notch. I want it to look the best. I want it to be the best scene that they ever shot. And that's just me naturally. So it just comes across as translated when you see the work, or you see the trailer online.
Oh yeah, because I think because you had shot with or for Peter King, right?
For who?
Peter King.
No, I actually never shot for Peter King before.
Okay. I'm trying to. But like I said, no, it's just like I said, it's just what I like talking about with you is that, like I said, now you're seeing a different side of the game. That there's a different side of the game that doesn't involve fucking or sucking. This is the technical side of it. This is the behind the scene. Well, behind what makes it great. Because if you don't have a great cameraman shooting it, it's not going to look as good. You know, because also paying attention to details. Speak to how a cameraman has to pay attention to detail, even down to the smallest ones.
Okay. Just setting up the scenario. We on set, trying to get things ready. Most likely, the model will be off in the bathroom. She's putting her makeup on. You know, she's trying to get herself together.
Mm-hmm.
As a cameraman, I take it upon myself to make sure the room that we're shooting in is set up correctly. It ain't things just laying around that shouldn't be there. You're looking at the lighting. You might want to open the blinds. You might want some natural light.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of other technical stuff, of course, we're paying attention to that doesn't fall on the model, and it shouldn't. That's not their job. So their job is to actually get on the bed or the couch and perform. So I just try to make it easy as possible for anybody that I work with, that they don't have to pay attention to these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it just translates in the work. And it also translates in the relationship that you will build with that model. Because if you move like that initially working with somebody and they notice these things, they'll appreciate it in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
You get repeat business. I always speak to having recurring business, working with people, having good relationships.
Yeah, because also the biggest part of this is building relationships and being professional. Because you have some, let's keep it 100, because you know we keep 100 on the pod. You have some cameramen who are not professional, flirty, Philly, what have you, un unfocused. Because see, sometimes just like a male talent has to know the thin line between being flirty versus, let's say, you know what I'm saying, flirty to being thirsty. And it's not good for a male talent to be thirsty. It's 3 times worse if a cameraman is.
Yeah, well, coming into this, you know, there was always that stigma of photographers doing photography just get next to girls and stuff like that. So that's something you always have to be aware of. The flip side of that is we are in a sex industry. We are around people that are having sex all day. So it's not always what you think it is. It's not always. Sometimes it's the flip side where you actually have models that are attracted to the photographer or the videographer. It does happen.
That ain't a problem, man. She come to you, that's a different story. She can't say shit.
and you have to allow that to happen to remain professional. You know, there's people, like I've had guys DM me and they approach me of how to get started or how to you know, how to get rolling in the business, basically. And they say, the first thing they say is, I'm a cameraman. But then I look at their media and all I see is dick pics and videos of you stroking your dick. It doesn't make sense. Immediately a female will understand where you're coming from if you're a cameraman, but you don't have any work.
Yeah.
It's just yourself. You're presenting yourself. So you got to think about these things. You got to think about your approach to models and how you present yourself, because you want people to take you seriously.
Because to me, if you want to be true about it, the true sense of a cameraman is that this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You could be the only way you can be a cameraman and you was a male talent. At some point, you was behind the camera and wasn't in front of the camera during that scene. You get what I'm coming from? You know, period. It's like my man, Mr. Mysterious. He been in front of the camera, but he also have worked a camera. You know, because to me, it's like, just like you said, how can I call you a cameraman? And dude, don't think you filming is you jerking off. You filming yourself. That doesn't count. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Because to me, like I said, it's a certain skill for a person to shoot a porn scene and the shit look good, look hot, look crisp, you know, period. Because we're documenting the story. And we supposed to be able to document it to the point that they feel like they're in the room, to the point they can taste it. They can smell the pussy. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, it's a picture that's being painted and we're painting it. You know, so it was like, to me, even when I used to be behind the camera, you know, I wanted to make sure that the way that that scene was being done, it was being captured right in the way it needed to be captured. You know, period. Even to with transitions. Worst thing in the world is when you go into edit and you miss something. Or worse, I done had this happen. The camera runs out of juice right at the pop.
I've had scenarios where I've missed a pop shot before. If you've done enough work, that's gonna happen at some point in time. It could happen naturally, or it could be a technical problem. I've had scenarios where the male model did not announce he was about to pop, so he missed the pop shot. I've had scenarios where the camera ran out of juice, like you say. That wasn't the particular situation, but something technical was the fault.
Yeah.
So you, as you go along in this game, and you really get next to professionals, you will see professionals that show up with a bottle of fake cum, because they know a situation like this may happen, and we may need a fake pop shot. Sorry to burst the bubble of the fans, but yes, sometimes the pop shot is fake.
Yeah, because you done missed the other one.
It happens. Sometimes a male model, sometimes a male model can't give you the pop shot.
Oh shit, man. Them the worst.
It happens. It happens.
It's like I said, I done dropped the camera, bro. I was like, oh fuck. It's like, trust me, we get kicked sometimes. Somebody might headbutt the camera. Yeah, it's life of a cameraman.
Yeah.
Life of a cameraman can be rough now.
We sacrifice ourselves for that shot.
Yo, God, especially to get the good up close shit.
I've gotten hit with a heel or two before.
Oh yes, see, I keep trying to tell everybody, it's kind of like a sport day. We get it. Hey, you get injuries. Oh, you got the bend, squat. What? It's a workout too now. The porn stars don't get a workout the porn stars don't get. They ain't the only one to get a workout. The cameraman got to work. He be working out too. You shoot that shit.
Listen, Bobby. If you're working with a camera and there's a rig attached to the camera, because let's say this company works with a camera with a rig, and they got a monitor, you got the mic attached, you got an extra battery attached. You're basically holding sometimes close to 80 pounds, to be real honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember when I used to work my partner's camera for shoots. That bitch was heavy. Don't get it twisted. It was heavy. That's why I would move around sometimes, but that bitch was heavy. Especially if you want to get that real good shot, the up close shot or what have you. But hold it up.
Yes. It feels like after a while, it feels like you're holding up more weight than you actually are holding. Yeah. So it would feel like you're holding 80 pounds. Mm-hmm. You're holding 100 pounds. It feels like that after a while, and models don't understand that. So you may have people on set that they can't get the pop shot, and then they're keeping you there for a while. And after a while, it does get tedious as a cameraman.
Yes, it does, because you got to hold that shot. I mean, even to the point, like for it, I'm just going to paint the picture for y'all. They on the bed, they further up. You got to hold it. I'm holding the camera to where I can get that angle where it's like you right there laying on the bed, seeing the dick going in the pussy, but not putting it on the bed to where it's gonna make the camera shake.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Fuck with me, people. I know what the fuck I was where I do when it comes to this shit. On both ends of it.
And you're also not trying to make the talent uncomfortable with what they're doing.
Bingo.
You're supposed to be like a fly on the wall.
You're not. They can't, like the penguins. We're not here. We're not here. Just like, for example, it's kind of like, even to the point, like, I always wanted the girls, when I got in front of them, to look at the camera to a certain extent, period. But it's also, I like ladies that know when to look at the camera. You feel me? To where it's natural, but not forced.
Yes. Yeah.
Or it's not obvious.
You as a model, you should be trained on your co-performer. You should be making eye contact with your co-performer at times. You glance at the camera at times to add to the fantasy. It's a balancing act. It's not just lay there and it's just not lay there and get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
For the male talents, it's a lot about positioning. I shot a male talent, I wouldn't even call him a male talent. He was a new performer, very first thing. And as soon as we wrapped, the first thing he said to me was, "This is really work." Because I had to direct him through the shoot, put him angles, put him in different positions. So stop and go, and he has to get himself back up, ready to perform. It's not just what you see is the final product. There's a lot that goes into that.
Yes. Yes, it is. I can tell y'all people, it's when it's a day on the set. I tell you, whether it's professional, whether it's straight up pro, or whether it's content trade, it's work. No
And
matter how.
I don't want to put myself in the videographer box because I also do editing. So that's another step where post production, we sit there, we take out a lot of things that's unnecessary, a lot of things that don't look good. There's a whole lot that goes into it. A scene might be 25 minutes, but we actually shot 45 minutes.
Yeah. Because it's like, even to the point, like I said, it making sure that when you transition, that if you did move the camera to where it didn't catch, or like, you know what I'm saying, like when you're moving and then you might move the camera and it don't catch them, but you made a mistake and you jerked it, caught the, let's say, the wall or something. Be able to go through like a fine-tooth comb to cut those shits out. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, that is tedious as fuck, man. I used to, editing I hated it, but loved it at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, if you care about the people that you work with or you care about the product that you put out, there's a lot that goes into the post. There's a lot of, I have a lot of footage that I say you leave on the chopping block that you actually don't want to see. There's accidents that occur during shoots. There's things that happen during shoots. I don't want to pinpoint anything specifically, but there's things that happen that require you to take that out of the initial footage.
Yeah.
It can't be in the final product. So there's a lot the fans don't see.
Yeah. And that's why we do podcasts like this. So we can tell y'all the fucking real. Tell you the unsexy shit.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of unsexy shit, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Like I said, with me, like I said, my unique, well, I'm not that unique, I guess not nowadays. But yeah, it's a skill to, and also me being behind the camera helped me in front of the camera a whole lot. Because it showed me where I need to be when I was filming. I think any talent with a grain of salt should get behind the camera at least once or twice and shoot one. So they can, because it also made me appreciate the cameraman, because now I see why he might have missed some of that shit, because this is every ass cameras.
Yeah. I've had talents that actually dibble dabble in going behind the camera. So I've actually spoke to models that actually held the camera and try to shoot a scene, or actually successfully shot a scene. And we spoke after the fact, and they say, like, I have a newfound respect for you. So it's understandable. But there's a lot more that goes into, this marketing, promotion. I try to stress a lot of things with the people that I work with, using different platforms. We live in a time now where online, it gives you the chance to be your own business and be successful doing it. So it's all up to you. I come across models that's lazy. I come across models that invest in themselves, invest in their brand. So I could tell the difference with a model. So, you got a lane out there. All I say to them is just run with it. Get on the different platforms, market yourself, get with other content creators who actually are out there working, and get it done.
Yeah. So shoot. So we done came to the end of another great one, people. That's right. And I'm happy to have brought my man back. So you need to say, oh, you have to send me a picture via, DM so I can put you on the cover, in one of your fabulous masks. Because you don't show
I don't even got a lot of those. I'm really somebody that really focus on the talent. So I don't have a lot of those, but I got one for you. I'm gonna definitely send that to you. And thanks again, man.
No doubt, no doubt. So with that being said, where can they find you, see your work, all that?
All right, it's Shooter69 on Twitter, and that's SHOOTHER69 on Twitter. And basically, this year, like, to be honest with you, I had a lot of big plans. Some things got stalled. I'm out here. I'm talking to a lot of companies. I'm working with a lot of different companies. So there's a lot of things in the works. I've picked up a lot of things just basically going to dinner with company owners, sitting down with company owners. So I've picked up a lot of knowledge along the way. When I get next to successful people, I just let them talk, and I try to be a sponge. So I picked up a lot of games since the last time we spoke, and there's a lot of big things on the horizon. I haven't done anything as yet. If you're looking at my platform and you think that I'm successful, listen, that's not the goal. There's a lot of things in the pipelines. There's a lot of things in the works. I'm trying to bring something different to New York this year. I don't want to talk about it as yet, but when we do get that popping, you definitely going to want me back on the platform, big bro. So,
definitely.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody that I work with. Let's keep it going. All my conversations right now feel like money conversations when I get on the phone with models. Every model that I'm working with is getting bookings. They doing their thing. They running around the country. They being successful, and it just makes me feel good. It's a successful start to the year, and we just trying to keep it going.
Well, where I look at it is, man, it's like this. See, once again, I'm about to tell my age. A wise man told me it's all about psychology, people. See, just like you said when people look at your Twitter page, I don't know how old you is, but you remember Mims, the song "This Is Why I'm Hot"?
Yes, sir. Jersey, from Jersey.
See, say no more. That motherfucker went platinum, I think, right? #1 in the country, right? Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because he told y'all this is why I'm hot.
He basically told him. Shout out to Mims, because I was talking to somebody the other day and they said he's being real successful in another.
Ooh, I gotta look him up. I always wonder what happened to him, what have you. And when I heard about was Charmillionaire, I was dumb smacked. I said, "Damn, he getting it like that." But see, that's the point. Business-minded people, business mind. Because the whole key is you take something as a stepping stone, and you take that stepping stone and you step on to different greatness. You feel me? But shoot, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I know you're a busy man. People, you know how we do these things and how we end these things all the time. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if we haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. We out.
Yes, sir.